Welcome back, everybody. We are here at MLP Daytona Beach, brought to you by Margaritaville. We are at Pictona at Holly Hill. We've got another premier level matchup in front of us. We're going to have the St. Louis Shock and the ATX Pickleballers face off against each other. These two teams are a part of Group C, which also includes LA Mad Drops and Florida Smash. Right now, the standings are St. Louis Shock are 1-0 on the day. They did get a win against Florida Smash 3-1 earlier today, and also the ATX Pickleballers are also 1-0. They got a 3-2 win against the defending champions, LA Mad Drops. So we've got a pivotal game here. This is going to decide which one of these teams are going to take first place in Group C at this particular moment. A lot of things at stake. We're going to start off with a women's doubles matchup. Members of this team on the ATX Pickleballers, we've got Gabriel Tardio, J.W. Johnson, and Jade and Jackie Kawamoto. On the other side for St. Louis Shock, we've got Allyce Jones, Simone Jardim, also Erik Lange, and Devilliers. This is going to be an awesome matchup to conclude the day. Let's get started with women's doubles. Yeah, and we see here the Kawamoto sisters, and again against Simone Jardim and Allyce Jones. Be interesting to see what strategy each team is going to use coming out early on. Oh, the great out wide dink by Jackie Kawamoto, but Simone Jardim is there. You check here on the replay, Simone Jardim anticipates it, comes around with the two-hand backhand, and finishes off the rally. Oh, great defense by Allyce Jones, but Kawamoto able to get that last one with the help of the net, making it tough to retrieve. They have a 1-2 deficit here. That one just a little bit wide there. Listen, I look for Simone Jardim to be aggressive and attacking in this matchup. She is the veteran out here, the quote-unquote GOAT of the women's game. And conversely, on the other side for the Kawamoto sisters, they're going to need to apply as much pressure as possible. Know that the defense is tough on the other side with Allyce Jones, but be ready to play as many balls aggressively as possible. Second speed up there with the forehand that Kawamoto not able to get over. I think she likes that setup. I'd just look for her to give a little more margin on that ball and really play for the counter. Oh, big in and out forehand there by Kawamoto. Love that ball there. She saw an opening just behind Simone Jardim. Oh, that ball is in. Kawamoto thought that ball was going to go wide. As you see here on the replay, Allyce Jones with a nice two-hand block. And we don't really have a ton of wind here this late, but that ball stays in. Nice aggression there by Jardim as she covers a lot of court in the middle. Oh, that was a great in and out dink by Allyce Jones that really just changed the strategy there for the Kawamoto sisters and opened up the court for Simone Jardim. And that's the attacking nature that I think for the ATX Pickleballers that they're going to have if they want to come out on top of this game. Really good play. The lob by Jardim, followed by the drop. Kawamoto's there. Oh, and then she finds the opening, but Kawamoto sisters call that ball long. Jardim asking for someone to confirm the call. She's going to say a challenge for this one. It looked close on our end. First of all, it was a beautiful lob by Jardim over the top, and then she follows that up with the drop shot. Then she sees that little bit of opening between the Kawamoto sisters and goes for it. It'll be interesting to see if she had enough topspin on it. Courtney Johnson taking a look at this call here on the video screen. We'll see it here as well. That ball does look just a hair out. Again, it was a great play by Jardim to put topspin on it, but it just sailed a little bit long, so the correct call by the Kawamotos. Again, we talked about it before. This is a pivotal game here. Both teams are 1-0 early in this group. And Group C, which team is going to take it for the taking, all right? And we've got Wes Gabrielson as the coach of ATX Pickleballers, a former pro player in himself. A lot of accolades, great resume. So look for him to have a great coaching tactic for this team. Referees do confirm that the out call stands, as you saw there on the video monitor. So it will be 7-5 St. Louis Shocker up 2 currently. Yeah, I think that's great play all around by both teams. Both teams able to move the dink rally around the way that they want to, but Kawamoto sisters just saw an opening there, and you see they're able to put that ball away. Oh, Jardim speeds it up and it clips the tape, but they come out on the right side of this. As you see here on the replay, she takes a chance on that two-hand backhand. It works out. Great defense by Jones. Tries to make her way up to the kitchen, but that ball just a little bit wide for her. Oh, what a dink there by Allyce Jones as she takes it out of the air and is able to roll it at a sharp angle. Beautiful execution there. The third shot lob by Jardim. Kawamoto with the speed up there, unsuccessful. You know, whenever you have a team like with Allyce Jones and Simone Jardim with incredible defense, it can put pressure on the other team to make plays when they don't need to. the shock here up 11-7 as we change over here. I think for ATX Pickleballers, they are, you know, what they'll need to do is stay offensive. We talked about this earlier today. You want to make sure things are happening to your opponent and not happening to you. And so you want to dictate what's going on. Even if that means that you may give up an error here and there, but you want to be a force. You want to put pressure on the other team. I think right now Jones and Jardim are doing an awesome job of that right now. And we'll see if it can continue as they switch sides. The wind has died down here later in the day, so side chains may not have as much of an effect as it did earlier with the wind swirling. I think that's great for both teams. Anytime you want to come into this environment and play in a consistent setting, they're able to do that now. Oh, that ball called out by Jones and Jardim, but we talked about no wind, and then a gust comes in and keeps that ball just in on the baseline. Oh, the great out wide dink by Jackie Kawamoto, but Simone Jardim trying to combat that, and Jackie trying to get some offense on the next ball. Play pause as we have a train that comes by. Again, it's great defense there by Jardim and Jones. Jones operating really comfortable from that baseline. Oh, the lob by Jackie Kawamoto. And it works out for them. Sometimes that change of pace is good, as you see here on the replay. She steps back with her backhand and able to throw an overhead. Jardim trying to drive that last ball, not able to get it over. Deficit still 4 here for ATX Pickleballers. Oh, Jade Kawamoto with an awesome reset to get up to the kitchen line. Allyce Jones handles it perfectly, and I think Jackie Kawamoto wasn't sure where she wanted to put that last forehand. It ends up just missing it slightly. Jardim starting to get real active here. She is a competitor. Little uncharacteristic there for Jones, as she is normally very consistent on those resets. Yeah, and just as we talked about the wind not being much of a factor, it is starting to swirl just a little bit here, maybe 5-6 miles an hour. Oh, what a get by Jade Kawamoto. Wow. Point of the game so far as Allyce Jones celebrates. They made it through a couple firefights, some net balls, and also able to just reset back into the kitchen. And that forces a timeout for from the ATX Pickleballers here as they are down 7. Really looking to find some momentum to get back into this game. I think for Jardim and Jones, they've got a lot of experience on their side. We talk about all of the medals, the accolades, the resume that Simone Jardim has had, and also Allyce Jones. At one point, she was an up-and-coming newcomer to the game. Now she is one of the stars of the game with incredible results. And so I'm looking for them to lean on that and see if they can close this game out. But the Kawamoto sisters may have a say in that. Oh, the lob by Jackie. That ball is out, and Allyce Jones is so fired up. She knocks over Simone Jardim. Wow, the emotion right now. I mean, she had to have jumped 4 feet in the air and turned around and knocked Jardim over. They are laughing about it, having a great time, up 9 currently. We'll probably see that on memes of pickleball. Yeah, Jones is really playing well on that right side where she's playing the slow-paced dink, but also able to speed it up cross court, knowing that Jade Kawamoto isn't able to turn over that forehand. What a dink there by Jackie Kawamoto. Watch this as she holds it a little with the two-hand backhand and just curls that ball away out of reach for Jardim. Wow. Can't fault Allyce Jones there. She's had tons of success on the right side. They're up 9 currently. Goes for the chance through the middle. Just doesn't turn out. Oh, that ball's just out there off of the counter from Jade. Jones and Jardim with another chance to clinch this game, and that serve is deep by Jones. The lead down to 7. I like that play there from Jackie Kawamoto. She steps off of the dink, fires it at Jones, knowing the ball's going to come back, and is ready to get on top of the next ball. Lead down to 6. big point for the Pickleballers there as they stood firm in a long extended dink rally. They took the barrage of firefights there from Jardim and Jones, and they have forced a timeout. I think this is the correct call by the St. Louis Shock to call a timeout. You don't want this to be a 2 to 3 point game before you decide to slow down the momentum. Let's also talk about what we have coming up next. We've got the men's matchup. We'll have Gabriel Tardio and J.W. Johnson against Erik, Lange, and Jade, Devilliers. So this is a pivotal first game for St. Louis Shock. They're looking to close this out as they've played a seemingly clean game the entire time. For the Kawamoto sisters, they are looking to hopefully come out on top, but if not, at least build some momentum for their team going into these next few games. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams approach the last stages of this game here. Great start out of the timeout for the Pickleballers there as they now cut this lead to 4. Jardim with the speed up, starts the firefight. Jones has her back, and then Jardim able to put this last ball away. They have another chance to close this game out. I think Jardim thought that ball might be wide for a second, made her late to the reset. St. Louis Shock frozen at 20, so they must get points on their serve. And that point there puts the Pickleballers now frozen at 18 as well. So both teams going back to regular side out scoring. Oh, great defense by the Kawamotos. Jardim takes out the do-it-yourself kit towards the end of that rally. Some great defense all around, but you see Jardim, the two-hand backhand finish down the middle. Another shot to close this game out. The big ball from Jade Kawamoto, and that ball just goes a little bit wide. The St. Louis Shock come on top of game 1. It got interesting there towards the end, but they got a 1-0 lead here in this match now. We've got the men's doubles coming up next. Jade Devilliers and Erik Lange against J.W. Johnson and Gabriel Tardio. We're going to let them warm up, and we will be right back. All right, we are back with the second matchup in this overall match here between the St. Louis Shock and ATX Pickleballers. We have men's doubles, J.W. Johnson and Gabriel Tardio against Jade, Devilliers and Erik, Lange. Right now, the St. Louis Shock have a 1-0 lead. And this entire match is for first place currently in Group C, as both these teams are 1-0. Oh, you see the reach in there by Johnson. He'll be doing that all game. Lange handled the first one correctly, but was not able to come out on top of that. Big overhead by Devilliers and hits a fan in the arm. That was a heavy ball there and a great angle. Devilliers takes a chance with that two-hand backhand to see if there's some room. Has to keep it low because of the fast hands. This one just unfortunately a little too low. And that's one of the things I'll be watching for from Tardio is the decision making. He has a lot of the shots that make him a top player, but sometimes that decision making, it makes all the difference. You see there as that speed up was not as bad of a decision, but needed to be ready for the counter there. Johnson imploring Tardio to regroup after those couple mistakes there. And he says, hey, I got you, partner. I'll help us settle in here. Great forehand take out of the air. Oh, yeah, that is just surgical by J.W. Johnson. Little low on the third. Talked about this a lot in the MLP format for rally scoring. Got to give yourself a little more margin out here. Oh, the lob by Devilliers, handled by Tardio. Then the drop. Tardio's there. Another lob by Devilliers, another drop. Johnson is there. Tardio with the earning and Johnson with the finish. What a rally. They went baseline to kitchen, both of them grabbing drop shots. The earning by Tardio and the put away by Johnson. Let's see if that gets them fired up here in this matchup. Tardio a little loose with the two-hand backhand from the midcourt. Another lob from Devilliers. I think Johnson thought Tardio was going to turn around initially. That ball playing tricks with a little bit of wind helping out Devilliers with multiple beautiful lobs. The backhand flick from Johnson. Devilliers trying to go between the legs, not able to get that shot over. Great hands by Johnson. And then the backhand flick Devilliers yells no, as you see here. Johnson sets it up, takes the next ball, flicks it right at the shoulder there of Erik Lange, not able to get out of the way. Such a high-level ball. And really one of his marquee shots is that backhand flick anywhere on that left side. Short on that third shot. Shock take a 1-point lead here. Yeah, not a fan of that speed up by Devilliers. Right into the hands of Johnson as he's sitting on that backhand. This game going back and forth early. Tie game again. Oh, the Ernie by Devilliers. And Tardio comes in to make a play, but as I said, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit out here, and that ball just moves away from him. Not often you see a full whiff like that. I like the decision there by Johnson, but just a little too much pace on that last ball. And right now, the St. Louis Shock take a 2-point lead in this matchup as they head to the changeover. For the St. Louis Shock, they are, in my opinion, in a great spot here. They've played a neck-and-neck game. And now they have a 2-point lead as they switch sides. This is a good opportunity for them to come right out of this changeover and really take over in this game. Let's see what adjustments were made from Johnson and Tardio here, as they have a 2-point deficit. Cannot afford to go down 2-0 in this match. Yeah, and I figure we'll probably see J.W. Johnson get a little more aggressive towards the back end of this game here. Two straight speed ups, successful 2 times. We're back tied up. And fresh out of the timeout. That is 3 quick points there by the Pickleballers. Johnson would have loved to have that one to keep this run going. Oh, great third by Devilliers. Lange unable to connect on that dink out of the air. That ball just sailed a little high on J.W. Johnson. We're back going just back and forth in this matchup here. Both sides really haven't taken control yet. And that's a formula that Tardio and Johnson are going to love if they can speed up that first ball and really get the counter somewhere in Johnson's hands. Oh, that ball just grazed the net. The speed up on the right side from Lange. That's the first time we've seen offensive action down the line from that right side. I like it. I think it makes sense for them to take chances there. Nice speed up by Tardio to start this point off. As you see here, the cross-court dink. Devilliers leaves one a little high. Tardio speeds it up, and J.W. Johnson is there to finish that off. Johnson still having a few issues there, getting that third and fifth shot over exactly as he would like it. We mentioned a little bit of wind out here. That ball a little low for Devilliers. Good spot by Johnson. He just jams up Devilliers. And Devilliers calls a timeout there as he's not liking what he's seeing. I think they are playing a lot of those speed ups to the middle, which is funneling directly to Johnson's forehand. I think he'll be able to live with that all day if they speed up balls to that area. I'd like to see them maybe on the speed ups go towards the outside, utilize Lange to speed up on that backside of J.W. Johnson as he did earlier to actually create some offense, but they've got to be careful speeding up anything towards the middle. It has to bounce if it's in that area. Three-point lead here for the Pickleballers. Make it 4. The Ernie by Tardio, and it works. What a move, as you see here. He's on the baseline before this ball bounces, comes all the way up, completes the Ernie. Johnson throws up the one in the air. That means that ball's long, folks. And it only takes one game point attempt for them to finish off this game. We are now at a 1-1 standstill in this match. Again, ATX Pickleballers needed to get that game. They did. We move on to mixed doubles matchups. We'll be right back with the start of that game as we let these players warm up. See you soon. We are back here for our final match at MLP Daytona Beach, brought to you by Margaritaville. We're at Daytona at Holly Hill, and we've got a barn burner here. It is 1-1 between ATX Pickleballers and St. Louis Shock. For the first mixed doubles team, we've got J.W. Johnson and Jackie Kawamoto against Simone Jardim and Jade Devilliers. Quick start by the Pickleballers. I'll be interested to see how aggressive Johnson is to start off this game. Oh, and what a backhand flick there by Johnson. We talk about that being his patent shot. Not only was that ball in by about a foot, but it had a ton of spin on it. That return out for Jardim. Quick 3-0 start. Kawamoto unable to come up with the reset there. Big swing for Devilliers. Wonder if that ball just skid off the line and didn't bounce as high as he thought. Jardim goes for the ATP as the ball seemed like it was wide enough, but just didn't get her feet around to create the angle. Another return long for the St. Louis Shock. And ATX Pickleballers with a 5-point lead. Some great hands by Johnson, but really just great mental fortitude by Devilliers to stay patient and poised in that hands battle, and he was able to come out on top. Oh, the lob by Jardim, beautiful lob. The recovery was good by Johnson, but Devilliers able to put a little pressure there, made it tough for Kawamoto to reset back into the kitchen. A little wide by Jardim. That ball just in. Big put away by Devilliers as he does clip the net as well, but that ball was long gone, and they cut the lead to 3 here. And those are the ones that are tough, just managing the risk reward on drives in the rally scoring format and how high you need them to be. Kawamoto sees an opening on the backside of Devilliers, but not able to curl that ball in. That was some great cross-court action by Kawamoto and Jardim. Johnson took the attempt to speed up and was not able to get that one off the bounce to go over. Yeah, just smart play by Johnson. No need to put a ton of pace on it. That ball was about placement. I like that cross-court ball by Jardim. You can get in trouble going cross-court if it's a little bit high, but she had enough pace and topspin on that ball. Made it difficult for Kawamoto. The put away by Kawamoto as she smiles, knowing J.W. Johnson was looming, ready to put that ball away as well. The poach by Johnson as Kawamoto sets him up. You see here on the replay, Kawamoto hits the drive. Johnson trails, probes, and finishes with a nice forehand down the middle. We have an 11-7 lead for ATX Pickleballers. Again, this match is tied up 1-1. Both of these teams are vying for first place in Group C. They're both 1-0 early in the day. Each team is only playing 2 games, so they do want to come out 2-1 in this match. They want to come out 2-0 in this matchup and head into tomorrow. So this is a pivotal game in this match. Devilliers talking to Jardim, saying, right now, come on, let's go. We need to get ourselves back into this game. Jardim not happy with really not coming out on top of that exchange there with Johnson. I think she thought she was able to get on top of that ball, but Johnson with the finish there. 5-point lead now for the Pickleballers. Great defense by the Shock. Oh, and what a play by Devilliers as he stretches out. That ball clipped the tape, makes it tough to stay focused on it. But he stretches out his hands there and puts a winner down the backside of J.W. Johnson. And that is vintage Jardim right there as she's on the right side, rolling those dinks, leaning in, and really taking advantage of that space there. So they've cut the lead to 2. I like that first ball by Kawamoto through the middle, but Jardim with a high pickleball IQ, realizing that it's coming there and able to stick that 2-hand backhand there. Oh yeah, Devilliers is fired up now. Ever since that ball off the tape that he got a winner on, he has been rolling. Tough break for him there, and we'll see if he's cooled off a little bit. And one of the parts they've got to manage here for the St. Louis Shock is, again, we talk about that risk reward for Devilliers. That is 2 unforced errors. The lob by Jardim, countered with the lob from Kawamoto. Oh, Jade Devilliers with the short drop shot. It looked as if he was going to attack this ball, and he just drops it short in the kitchen. That ball lands in. We talk about the few errors earlier from Devilliers, but he is really settling in nicely in this game. Tie ball game. Kawamoto able to find some room behind Devilliers there. Jardim with the ATP, Johnson with the defense, and Kawamoto thought that ball was gonna bounce at her feet, and that ball was actually going to be long, but she could not get out of the way. Devilliers with the finish. All knotted up at 15 here. Off the tape. Devilliers with the Ernie. Watch this setup here as he dinks on right here down the line, fakes to the middle, comes back, and hits him with the Ernie. Beautiful play there by Devilliers. And now Jardim and Devilliers starting to walk them down a little bit here. We saw Devilliers get hot. This forces a timeout by ATX Pickleballers, and I think it's the right choice from them here as they are trying to slow down the momentum of Jardim and Devilliers. This is the final match of the day here for these premier level teams. Again, we are in Group C, ATX Pickleballers, St. Louis Shock. We've also got the Florida Smash in this group and LA Mad Drops as well, who are currently playing on championship court. Second missed dink there in a row by Kawamoto on the right side. 3-point lead for St. Louis Shock. Johnson starting to take some matters into his own hands here as he comes over on that left side. A few forehands later has a put away. Jardim looks around as if to say, I think I got away with one there, but I'll take it. Oh, Jardim loaded up. I think her eyes lit up seeing that ball, but there just wasn't any real estate on that side of the court. Still clinging on to a 2-point lead here, the Shock. Another big ball by Devilliers, and I think this is another one that may be going out, but with so much pace, hard for Johnson to get out of the way. First game point for the Shock. The lob by Kawamoto. Great defense by the Shock to work their way back into the point, but really good poise by J.W. Johnson and Jackie Kawamoto. Both teams now frozen at 20-18. They're only going to be able to get points on their serve from this point forward and must win by 2. Oh, it was a big first drive by Jardim. A little high. Kawamoto was easily able to put that ball down. Devilliers with the spectacular block, but ultimately too high for Johnson. The lob by Kawamoto that has been effective most of this game, but Devilliers, check the ups out on this. Yeah, good play. Just really quick spring in the legs to get that overhead. They have another game point attempt here. Jardim with the drive, another drive. Devilliers puts it away, and that is it for this game. Check out this replay as Jardim electing to drive both of these balls. Devilliers waiting for his opportunity. He sees it, puts the ball away. That is a 2-1 lead here for the St. Louis Shock over ATX Pickleballers. And we will play another mixed matchup coming here shortly. St. Louis Shock looking to complete this match and seal the deal. ATX Pickleballers looking to stay alive. We'll see you soon. We are back. Game 4 here. St. Louis Shock have a 2-1 lead in this matchup. Oh, that is some great court movement and defense by Tardio as he was in a compromised position, able to get himself out of it. We've got Gabriel Tardio and Jade Kawamoto against Allyce Jones and Erik Lange. We talk about some of the decision making here for Tardio, and that's going to be important in this game. Allyce Jones lets out a yell. She is fired up early in this matchup here. 2-1 lead. Yeah, I like that ball by Lange. He has an arsenal of shots that he can use, and we'll probably see those on display here. They have a 2-point lead now. That ball clips the tape. Wow, and Erik Lange, we talk about the plethora of shots that he has. He just sliced that ball in an awkward position for Kawamoto, and by the time she saw it, was not able to get on top of it. That ball just wide for Lange there. And I think Lange still contemplating if that ball was out or not, realizing that they do have 2 free challenges. You don't get any bonus points for taking them home. He's going to use one here to confirm the call. And I think it's a smart move. Anytime you are debating if a ball was in or out, it makes sense to kind of have it challenged just so you can confirm in your mind and not lose momentum within the game. So we have free challenges. You might as well use them. We're going to check the replay here, and let's see. Yeah, that ball looks like it lands just out. Huge shout out to our camera crew. This is just quality stuff right here, being able to see how close that ball is to the line. But I think we're going to have the correct call, that just a little bit wide. Referee confirms the call stands. That ball was out. We've got a 2-4 deficit here for ATX Pickleballers in a must-win game for them. Anytime Erik Lange's able to get a paddle on that ball, when the height is there, he is going to put some pace towards it. Oh, what a ball by Lange. Second time he's been able to do that. The first time Tardio handled it well. This one just stretched him out a little bit wide, and he went for a little too much on the last ball. A great reach in by Tardio. He did everything but finish this play off. Watch this. Good reach in here. Great hands. Has the put away. Just not able to get on top of it. Had a little too much pace coming from Lange. Oh, Lange is starting to feel real comfortable out there right now as he is winding up that forehand and really just picking his spots. With Allyce Jones alongside him, he is getting some crazy defense. They take a 6-point lead. Tardio with the Ernie. And he has another one on his paddle that he just misses a little bit, and that ball sails long. I mean, the margin between these plays is so small. He was on top of that last one. And I think that'll help there from a confidence standpoint as he wins that hands battle. They are still down 6 here. That's great anticipation, but also just really good scouting by Tardio. He's seen that Allyce Jones has winded up and went down the line with that ball a couple times. And this time he stays on the right side and baits her into it, finishes out with an Ernie. Great heads up play. Another Ernie by Tardio. Kawamoto there to clean it up. The Ernie by Lange, and he's unable to make it. Wow, what an athletic move by Tardio. And really for Kawamoto to come over and reset that ball back into the kitchen. They have cut the lead to 4. Another Ernie by Tardio, and he is starting to get active here. Watch this as drops the ball in there from Kawamoto. He fakes right, and then Ernie's right on that left side. What a play by Tardio. Jones lets out a yell as that's a much needed point for them. Even though they're up, momentum was starting to favor ATX Pickleballers. Oh, Kawamoto just faked the Ernie. She thought she had it. That's a really smart move by her to pull back, because if she does cross the plane, that would have been a fault for ATX Pickleballers. Oh, that ball a little bit short. Allyce Jones knew it before it came to that position. We've got an 11-7 lead by St. Louis Shock, and this is the identical score that the men had on their changeover earlier. And so I'm really looking for ATX Pickleballers here, as they are in a must-win situation to come out and play really aggressive, offensive, chaotic pickleball. I think for them, we talk about it all the time where they have to create and make things happen to the opponent. So be interested to see that. I think Tardio has been doing a great job so far. He has just not been able to finish off some of those rallies that he really had leverage on earlier in the point. The ATP by Tardio, defended by Jones. Lange comes in to finish up the work. That was just awesome heads-up plays. You see Jones steps back to defend the ATP. Tardio able to get the next ball back a little high, and Lange puts it away. Yeah, Lange really threw out a little bit of a bait ball. He wound up as if he was going to speed that ball up and then tosses it over at 30%. I think Kawamoto was expecting that ball to have a little more pace on it. Another Ernie by Tardio. And he takes the speed up. I think Lange felt like that ball would either be out or he was on it, but needed one or the other because in between did not work there. It's great play by Tardio. Kawamoto trying to get them back into the kitchen, not able to do it. We've got a 6-point lead by the Shock as they look to close out this match. The pressure by Lange there. I mean, that is just an awesome tandem with Jones. A pressure dink, a lot of topspin roll as you have Erik Lange faking the Ernie. And that puts a lot of pressure on right side player Kawamoto right now to have a short ball over the net. And that's why you see the miss right there. Great strategy right now by St. Louis Shock. And that has forced a timeout from ATX Pickleballers. Just a quick update from our challenger side. We have the Bay Area Breakers in the finals, and they will be facing the Dallas Pickleball Club. So it is going to be an awesome matchup tomorrow for the challenger finals. But right now, we've got a premier level match at hand. Oh, that ball just in. Best point of the game right there. I mean, look at this. This is also by Erik Lange as he speeds up the Tardio, still covers the court, able to have fast hands to clean it up at the end, and they come on top and now have an 8-point stranglehold on this game. Haven't seen much of that from Lange. He's been pretty consistent. Not a lot of budget here on the MLP side, but if there was, they've got a 7-point lead here. That ball long. Tardio forcing the issue with adding a lot of pressure moving up to the kitchen line. Timeout from the Shock called by Jade Devilliers. That's why we have your bench here. You know, I think at MLP, benches are so crucial. You've got your coach or GM on the side. You've got the players that aren't currently in the game, and they're able to see things that you can't while you're in the moment. I think for Devilliers in this situation, he's seeing that, look, we had an 8-point lead. We were playing well, and it's not necessarily that we're playing bad right now, but they're a little bit hot. Let's see if we can stem the tide and maybe get back to one of those strategies that allowed us to build that 8-point lead, because this game is crucial for us. Oh, it's a great ball by Lange. He really gets on the backside left of that ball to be able to stretch that backhand out and really go cross court, as you see here on the replay. Wow. Big ball by Tardio there with the two-hand backhand. He's got a lot of pace on those drives. And Tardio's really just teeing off at this moment. And I think it's a good strategy. Look, if you're in a position where you may go down in this game, you probably should go down swinging. And that's exactly what he's doing, and may just swing them back into this game. Great Ernie by Tardio. Kawamoto there to clean it up, and Lange has a high ball that his eyes just lit up right here. Great finish by Lange. Yeah, it's a little bit too outstretched from Tardio. He wanted to make a play. Didn't really anticipate that being such a great third shot drop from Jones, but it was. And then he popped the ball up there to Lange, who's able to finish. Big drive by Lange. Wow. And we've seen it time and time again. What a backhand angle by Lange. He is playing out of his mind right now in hopes of carrying his team to a victory in this match. They have their first game point and match point here, 2013. Oh, Jones with the defense. Tardio with the ATP, Jones with the defense, but Tardio's able to finish, this time in with the overhead as it just catches the inside of that line. And the Shock want to take another timeout here. Referee informs them that they do not have one, so they must play on. ATX Pickleballers down 6. Fighting to stay in this match. Tardio unable to convert on the drive. Jones and Lange with another attempt in this match. Devilliers points to his head and say, stay smart. Oh, it was great defense by the Shock, and I love the pressure there from Tardio, really showing that he's not afraid of the moment. Lead down to 5. Lange takes his chance at a speed up there, and he really wanted that ball to be as low as possible over the net and just was not able to get clearance. Hanging on to a 4-point lead there. Jade Kawamoto to serve. Oh, Tardio goes for the Ernie, and Jones puts it just out of reach. As you see here on the replay, she holds it and puts it in a position where Tardio cannot complete the Ernie. What a heads-up play by Jones. Another chance to close out this match. And Lange takes it into his own hands, speeds up to Kawamoto, and finishes with the backhand. St. Louis Shock have just won this matchup 3-1. An awesome display. They have now taken hold of that #1 spot in Group C with a 2-0 day. ATX Pickleballers fall to 1-1 on the day. Will have an opportunity tomorrow to improve on their record and hopefully move on to the knockout stages. This is the final match of our premier level side tonight. We will be back tomorrow here from MLP at Daytona Beach, presented by Margaritaville. This has been an awesome day. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for some more great action. And it actually looks like on Championship Court, they're still going. So if you want to check out Florida Smash against LA Mad Drops, check it out. Head over to the Championship Court stream. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.